All right, good morning, everybody. Day 3. It's about 7:33 a.m. So I got a little bit earlier start than I did yesterday. It took me a little bit longer to break down camp. It thunderstormed all night. Pretty chilly this morning, but I'll take it. Right? I would rather have a little bit chilly than the heat we had yesterday. So not sure how far we're going today. There's a campsite, I think 9-ish miles, and then the other option is 14 something. And so a lot of cool people at camp last night. So the couple that I mentioned earlier, and then also I met other 2 individual through hikers. And so some of those people are going to shoot for the 14 today. I'm not sure I want to get caught up in that, but it's a much cooler day, getting a little early start. So we'll get to, I think it's Pogo Memorial Campsite, I think, and then make a call. But first thing this morning is I think like a 600-foot climb. So let's get after it. All right, at a road crossing, Smokey the Bear says fire danger high today. Hopefully with the rains though, lessen that a little bit. More importantly, hopefully streams will be flowing. All right, let you enjoy the sun shining through the trees and the birds for just a second. All right, try to get some lucid thoughts out early in the morning. As we know, my higher order brain functions decrease rapidly after about lunchtime. But today I thought I'd talk a little bit about my goals, right? What am I doing out here? Right, what is my goal? I suppose a related question would be, what does success look like for me out on this trail? And that's a really tough question to answer, right? My gut reaction, if someone asked me what's my goal, it would be to finish, right? But if someone says, well, why do you want to do this big thing? And your answer is, well, because I want to finish this big thing. That seems somewhat shallow. And so it's tough, right? So, you know, I do want to finish, right? But if I finish, but have a terrible time and learn nothing about myself, is that a success? Or conversely, can you not finish, but have a wonderful time and learn some things, and maybe that's a success? But I think the latter way of thinking is a little bit dangerous, at least for me personally, because that makes it easy to rationalize sort of quitting when the going gets tough. And so I am going to put a stake in the ground and say that it is important for me to finish this hike, if for no other reason than, you know, when life throws up difficult situations in the future, I can look back on this and say, hey, I persevered. I suppose relatedly would be sort of mindset. What is my mindset? Well, if you think about a formal athletic event, right, triathlon or something like that, which I've done, although not recently, I have done a lot of those in the past, right? Your objective is really to finish in the shortest amount of time, right? It's not necessarily about having fun while you're doing the event, right? It's basically, there's a leaderboard, right? And they're ranking you along some performance metric, right? Finishing time, whatever it might be, right? So it's not fun in the moment, but you're trying to sort of achieve the highest possible performance. But this is not a formal athletic event, right? No one's pinning a number on, right? There is no leaderboard, right? There is no winner, right? And so you got to find some sort of motivation beyond just raw sort of physical performance. And so again, my mindset sort of, I guess, again, if you sort of forced me to pick a quantitative variable I care about, it's just a 1-0 variable for whether I finish. I don't really care if that's 125 days or 180 days. That doesn't really matter to me. And so my mindset, I think, is sort of a mixture, right? It's a mixture of, you know, pushing yourself physically and mentally, because I do enjoy that, but then also trying to be sort of introspective as I go through the process. So I don't know if that makes any sense. If you're looking for a well-specified, internally consistent and psychologically healthy reason to hike the Appalachian Trail. I'm not sure you're gonna find it on this channel, but I hope you stay tuned anyway. Okay, everybody, I've made it to Washington Monument State Park. There is a map of the Appalachian Trail in Maryland. I don't know why I find maps like this fascinating, but anyway, we started way down here, Appalachian Trail Conservancy in West Virginia, right? Hiked up to Weaverton Cliffs. That was a heck of a climb, right? Got water in Gafflin State Park. Had that nice view at White Rocks. And now we are at the Washington Monument State Park. If I scroll out, you can see what we've got to go, right? Ultimately, the goal is to get to the Maryland-Pennsylvania line. There is a town called Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, that I hope to resupply there. So that's the goal. I could get there tomorrow if I really push today, but it might be a couple days from now. So anyway, hope that was helpful. Okay, everybody, it's time for another segment of Deep In's wildly inadequate narration of historical monuments. So this is the Washington Monument. Now you may be thinking, wait, what? I thought that was on the National Mall in DC. Yes, that obelisk, according to the sign, was actually not the first Washington Monument. This is the first one. They built this in the 1820s. It was then basically went in disrepair. It was used by the Union Army in the Civil War, and then was finally restored in the 30s by the Civilian Conservation Corps. So you can climb up to the top. I, however, just climbed to this point and am not particularly interested in extra credit vertical ascent. So I'm going to try to walk around and show you the view from the back. All right, here's the view from the back of the Washington Monument. We're looking northwest, which means I'm generally headed in that direction. You can kind of see the ridge line up back there. I would bet you $100 that we'll probably have to cross that very soon. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, so we've reached, going to the left here, that would have been going to the longer option yesterday. And so I'm very thankful that I did not do this. While I feel good this morning and that wasn't a terrible hike, it's still taken me several hours, right? So yesterday in the heat, in my mental state, that would have been quite brutal. So I'm very happy that I made the decision that I did. So part of me thinks, oh, when in doubt, stop short. But we'll see. I'm gonna have a decision point later. We'll see if I do something dumb. That's part of the drama. So stay tuned. All right, taking a break. This is a big climb. Well, not maybe long, but steep. But I want to shout out to the trail builders and maintainers. I mean, think about what it took to sort of build this, right? Like somebody came out here with some big old logs and a chainsaw and some shovels and laid kind of all this to prevent erosion. I mean, look at these rocks, right? Somebody moved those rocks. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I think this section of the trail is maintained by the PATC, the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club. So thanks for everybody and what you've done. Okay, everybody, we have reached the side trail for the Pogo Memorial Campsite at northbound mile marker 1052.5. So we started the day at Dahlgren Backpack Campground at 1043.6. So by my math, that's 9.5 miles. So we could take this blue blaze. I don't know if you can see the blue blazes up on that, up ahead. Right, those are blue blazes for rest and relaxation. It's only 1:18 p.m. Or we could choose the white blazes. And if we look at the white blazes, let's see how much further we've got. Oh, sorry here. All right, so we're here, 1052.5 Pogo Memorial Campsite, elevation 1,500 feet. Now there is nothing for the next 5 miles or so. We're shooting for the Ensign Cowall shelter. Unreliable water, but that's fine. I have a liter, 1.75 liters, but no road crossings, no water, no campsites, anything, right? So no outs for 5 miles. But if I hike at 1.7 miles per hour, including breaks, that's what, 3 hours? Okay, let's do it. But I might be grumpy. Okay, everybody, it's 2:30, 2.8 to go. Good news is we've climbed about as much as we can climb. I don't see anything higher than us as I look around. Bad news is, ooh, this trail is rocky. So Maryland, we are just starting to become friends, but you just went ahead and vomited up all these rocks. So come on, Marilyn, you can do better than this. 2.8 to go. A bit of that is going to be a super steep downhill, so we'll see what that's about. But hopefully get into camp. Not that many tent sites according to the shelter, so hopefully there's a spot for me. So I'll keep you posted. What in the Hotel Echo Lima Lima is this, Maryland? Seriously. There's a blaze. This is the trail. Holy cow. This is crazy, y'all. All right, so it's 5:17 p.m. and I'm gonna basically change clothes, use some of my wipes to sort of wipe down, do a little backcountry bath. Still gotta eat. I don't know if I'm gonna cook tonight. I am just so smashed. I might just eat, I don't know, Cliff Bars and something else. There are bear poles here not too far away, so I can hang my food. That's not too, I don't have to worry about at least throwing a rock bag in a tree and all that stuff. But yeah, edit the video. I'll talk about the plan for tomorrow, but hopefully we can make it to town tomorrow and maybe regroup. But I apologize if I was a little whiny in those rocky sections. I want to try to strike a balance between being authentic and expressing how I feel, but also not appearing whiny. So anyway, appreciate everyone's comments, and if there's anything you want to see, put them in the comments. Thanks again for all your support, and I'll see you tomorrow.